Hey beautiful people, welcome back. If you're new here, today I'm doing a 0-star slime shop review, and what that means is it's an Etsy slime shop that has no reviews on it. And before we hop into it, I wanted to let you guys know that I have my fall slime collection live on my shop. I'll link it down below. I also have some new merch on there, and I'm also having a giveaway for the month of September for a $100 gift card to my slime shop, and all you have to do to enter is be subscribed to this channel and my vlog channel. So I'll go ahead and list all of that in my slime shop down below for you. So this first slime shop is from Peach Ring Slime, and this package was so nice. So their slime shop is very new. It was just opened like a month ago, and so inside this I got some borax, some candies, and they also sent some extra like full-size candies, so that was so sweet, thank you, and also some squishies as well. So let's get into the slimes. They were all very nicely packaged. The logos were really nice on them. They had their slime shop and everything. So this first slime is called Birthday Cake Batter, and I just wanted to mention, if you're new here or maybe you just haven't seen these videos before, I do like to give some constructive criticism if there is any. That way they could help improve their shops to be like the best quality possible, and if you guys are watching and have some of the same issues, hopefully this will help you as well. But as always, it's just constructive feedback. That is my own opinion. Everyone has their own opinion, but yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there as a disclaimer first of all. But this slime was scented really nice, just like cake batter. I do want to mention that this slime and the next one weren't completely full, so that's totally fine for me, but for other people, if it's a customer and they're paying for it, you definitely want to make sure they are full. But this slime had a nice thick texture and was very crunchy. This next slime is called Rainbow Dippin' Dots, so you guys will see that it wasn't completely full. Maybe it deflated a little bit, and a good way to prevent this from happening is to let your slime sit for a good 24 to 48 hours before you package it if it's freshly made. That way it has time to deflate, because as you're mixing and stirring it, air will get into it, and yeah, it'll just deflate after it sits for a bit. But I want to mention that the scent on this one was amazing. To me, it smelled just like pixie sticks. I don't know, I loved those candies as a kid, so I loved it. The texture to me was very similar to the last one, so I don't know how many slimes they offer, but I would recommend like switching it up, and I always try to make sure like all my slimes are very different, so it appeals to like more people, if that makes sense. But again, this was another great slime, and the scent was on point. And then the last slime from this slime shop is called Unicorn Bubblegum, and this one came with a giant unicorn, which was super cute, and this was a clear slime. It was a bit on the sticky side, even though it felt like fully activated, if that makes sense at all, because it was very thick. And so I did activate it a little bit, but then it was really hard to stretch. So this one had a really unique, like thick and dense texture. So you guys know I love some thick slimes, so this one was really unique. I feel like something different was added to this that I can't quite put my finger on. So very nice, very cool, really pretty slime, and another great scent. Their scents were definitely on point. They were amazing. Like when you're just starting out a slime shop, I would recommend nailing like a couple scents if you can't afford to get a bunch, because scents make a huge difference, and if they don't smell that great, then it makes your slime like it takes down the quality a bit. But all of these smelled amazing, so it made me like the slimes even more. This next package is from Ace's Slime, and so in the package I got, of course, 3 slimes and then some candy, and these candies were so good. I enjoyed them a little bit too much, and then it came with some borax as well. So the first thing I would notice is only one of the slimes had a label on it, and I would highly recommend putting a label on all your slimes. That way, in case they get separated or whatever, somebody will remember where they bought their slime from. So this first slime is called Berry Crunch, and it was scented just like the name. It was quite sticky, so I did have to go in and activate it a little bit. And this one was a microfloam, and it was like this kind of berry color. And this one, it definitely felt like there was some maybe shaving foam or something in it. It was like very light and fluffy and airy, if that makes sense. This one was also very similar to the last shop floams in the fact that it did deflate quite a bit in the container. So definitely keep that in mind, especially with floams. Sometimes the foam beads could like absorb some of the moisture and slime and stuff. So that's a good little tip, is to just let it sit before you package it. This next slime was called Squid Ink, and it was unscented, and it was like a clay / butter slime, and I love the vivid black color on this one. Black slimes could be so much fun, and the best part was it didn't transfer any color to my hands. Sometimes if a lot of food coloring is used, black likes to transfer for some reason. But yeah, this one was a bit tough and overactivated. They said in a little note that it might be hard due to the model magic, but I wanted to let them and everyone else know, if you add in clay when your slime is still like sticky, it will definitely help keep it from overactivating. If your slime is like perfectly activated and then you add in clay, it will become overactivated. So a little tip is just to leave it a bit sticky. That way it's not as tough and easier to stretch, because this one I wasn't really able to spread or anything like that like a normal clay or butter slime, just because it was stiff. So after it sits for a while, I'm sure this one will go to a great texture. And last but not least, this slime was called Midnight Purple, and it was a beautiful metallic purple slime, and it was a clear slime as well, and it was unscented. And yeah, so this one had like quite a nice thick texture. I like clear slimes to be really thick because I don't like them to leave like any like clear residue on my hands from the slime. Sometimes clear slimes could be very tricky. This one was a tad bit too stiff, but it was really nice overall, just because it was very holdable and I could still stretch it a decent amount, not too much without it pulling. But yeah, I'd rather it be a little tough for a clear slime. Otherwise, if they're too like melted and everything, they get very messy very quick, and they are kind of hard to go back in and activate right then for a video. So I definitely prefer it like this when it comes to videos and reviews. And the last slime shop I have to share with you guys today is Toxic City Slimes, and this slime shop is very cool. I'm very excited to share it with you guys. So I got some ring pops, some candies, all kinds of goodies in here. But the coolest thing about this slime shop is they have kind of like different and nasty themed slimes, which I think is awesome. So many times like slimes are like very pastel and very girly. So I think this is great for more boys who like slime, or just girls who want something a little bit different and not just the typical pastel one like slimes. So I think their concepts are great. This one is called Pimple Popper, and you guys, it's a DIY clay slime, and it looks so realistic. As you could see, it looked like I was popping a pimple almost. Like, I love how they did the little clay with the hole in it so you could like push the slime through. When this did all mix together, it felt a little bit overactivated. It kind of felt like a glue wall slime. So once it sits, I think this one will be perfect. But I do love that even though all their slimes were like a nasty nasty and gross kind of theme, like they smelled very nicely, because as you'll see, some of them are pretty realistic, and I'm glad they didn't smell bad, because then I would just be like, oh my goodness, this is just too real for me. So I think they have some really, really awesome slimes. This next slime is hilarious. It's called Write Your Name in the Snow. So it did mix a little bit, but it's a white and yellow cloud slime, which I think is hilarious. If you live where it snows, you will get that reference. Even if you don't live where it snows, hopefully you get that reference. I thought it was like really funny and really like cheeky, no pun intended, but this one was scented like vanilla and lemon, so it had a really nice scent with like kind of a gross theme to it, which I loved. So this was a cloud slime. This one was also a bit overactivated, like it didn't have a drizzle to it, but it was still a really nice texture because there wasn't any fallout or anything like this. It was a nice like dense texture. So I did enjoy this one, and I just think their concepts are great. You guys, this last one was so realistic. I couldn't even, like, I was almost too grossed out to play with it because it looked like so real. This one is called Clogged Toilet, and it's a clear slime and a clay slime. It's scented like chocolate, which makes it even funnier, but literally the color of it looks like dirty, like sewer water or toilet water, and then, you know, you can imagine what the clay is supposed to be. So I just thought this was so funny. There's even some white in there for like toilet paper. This one was just so funny yet so gross, so I had to like mix it really quickly so I didn't get too grossed out, but I thought it was so creative and just so different from slimes that I normally see, and this one mixed into such a nice texture. I loved it. It was so stretchy and like perfect. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll link my giveaway and all these slime shops in this video down below for you, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye!